Respected Principal Dr. H.V. Ravindra, Institute Innovation Cell President Dr. Vinay, Mr. Debajyoti Banerjee, our speaker of the day, beloved audience, faculties, and my dear students, a warm welcome to everyone for today's webinar hosted by PS College of Engineering, Mandya, Karnataka, on the topic Entrepreneurship, the real life versus real life perspective. Before starting up the topic, I just want to start this quote with entrepreneurship is living a few years of your life like most of the people won't, so you can spend the rest of your life like most people can't. I would like I would like to invite our principal, Dr. H.V. Ravindra, to give a brief introduction about the speaker. Over to you, sir.
Good afternoon, everybody. Hi, Mr. Debajyoti Banerjee. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah. Let me introduce our today's speaker, Mr. Debajyoti Banerjee, who is the founder and CEO at Seven Boats, Google certified digital marketer and trainer, brand strategist, consultant, and entrepreneur. Today, he will be giving lecture on the webinar on startup entrepreneurship, the real life and versus real life perspectives. To give a brief resume of today's speaker, Mr. Debajyoti Banerjee. Mr. Banerjee is the founder and CEO at Seven Boats Info System Private Limited, Google certified digital marketer and trainer, LinkedIn certified WordPress and SEO experts. Mr. Banerjee completed his BTech in computer engineering and postgraduate diploma in marketing, and he has got an experience of 17 plus years on domain experience in digital marketing services and training with 500 plus clients and 37K students in 70 plus country. Congratulations, sir. He has been invited and felicitated by 25 plus top schools. Sir, now the webinar is on your chair, sir. Welcome you once again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, so very good afternoon, all the students here. And I will share some tips that I have learned in this last almost 10 years journey of my entrepreneurship. And before that, I was in corporate as well, worked for around 6-7 years in different companies, including multinational company like Ariba, the Alstom. Even I was working in Tisco, Jamshedpur in their basic level automation. Worked in Delhi, Noida, Newburgh Engineering Limited. So I have a total around 17 years of experience with corporate plus startup entrepreneurship. So today I will keep the sessions little bit interactive so that you can get that the perspective that what you see that okay, he or she is an entrepreneur doing business, earning money. uh, from outside it looks like glamorous, everything is like dreamy. So in that aspect, I want to uh, share some experiences, some perspective, so that if you think that you are capable to start your own journey, own startup. So what are the things you should look into, and how to proceed, and what mistakes that I have done that you should not do, so that I will try to guide in different angles. There are a lot of things when you try to start up. And similar like you are in engineering right at this moment. Similarly, I had my background of computer science engineering, and that time onwards I had some plan that okay, I should start off my own. But that time, this startup, this entrepreneurship, this digital area, I'm talking about, it's around 2002 2003. So that time it was not in that stage, but we see right at this moment. So gradually I started my career. I thought about different career options, but as usual, like normal other people, I went into the engineering line. Then I tried some job, worked for around 6 months. Then I decided that okay, I would go with my management degree. So I have done my MBA in marketing management. But initially, from the engineering days, I had a plan that someday or other I should start something of my own. But the struggles, the obstacles I have faced, a lot of things I have faced. I will come to that of my personal journey, my story, side by side. I will first show you a PPT where I would discuss about some points about this entrepreneurship, startup entrepreneurship, digital entrepreneurship, and then I will share some examples of my own life stories, that what I have faced, what type of failures I have faced, how to come back from those failures, what type of mental setup we need to keep for startup entrepreneurship. So I will share my screen with all of you with one short slide PPT, and then I will start moving into the topic. Okay. So just tell me if you can see my screen, all of you. Just say yes or no if you can see my screen or not. So all of you can see my screen. Just say yes or no. If you can see my screen, please say yes. Okay, I can see it that.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so now what is digital entrepreneurship? Now there are two type of entrepreneurship we say. One we call uh, as usual, like regular entrepreneurship, that may be digital, may not be digital. Now digital is like if you are starting offline, say some event company, anything. But digital is very very important because digital marketing, digital promotion, that is an integral part of any kind of startup and entrepreneurship. So you should obviously focus into the digital part. So that is why I have written as digital entrepreneurship. And there is another reason, because I am running a digital company now. Why digital entrepreneurship I am focusing here? Because if you try to start a manufacturing company, even like a biscuit manufacturing or a bread manufacturing or food manufacturing, whatever, I mean this like any kind of manufacturing house, so you have to invest a lot of money initially, and that would not be always possible for people to invest. But in digital entrepreneurship, the investment is very 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 less. Even you can start with say 1,000 2,000 rupees. So that is why I will focus on digital entrepreneurship, and few pointers I want to discuss here. Like if I move to the next one, like the discussion points here I will discuss about. First, what is digital entrepreneurship? Few examples I will give. Then I will show you how to start, what are the prerequisites. Then what are the skills needed for this kind of digital entrepreneurship. Then what is the initial investment. Should I go with the product or the service? How I will get my first customer. How to sustain, how to scale up. Hmm, what are the legal compliances, what are the taxation compliances that I need to take care of, and what if I fail, what are the steps I need to do, and some success mantra from my own experience that I want to share here. Let's go with one by one. So what is digital entrepreneurship? Now broadly, if we say that creating new ventures or transforming an existing business to, with the help of digital technologies, you can give it a new level. So that is called digital entrepreneurship. So that means, suppose your father, your parents, they have some kind of offline business. Now with the digital technologies tools, you need to transform, you are trying to transform that business to a next level. That is also called digital entrepreneurship. Or you are starting from scratch, from ground zero. That is also called digital entrepreneurship with the help of digital tools and technologies. Now, there are some examples here, like what kind of activities you can do, how you can earn money as digital entrepreneurs. So, number one, we call it gig based work. Nowadays, what will happen in upcoming next 2 3 4 years, 5 years down the line, even after this COVID, the situation is like companies, they are already all set. Mostly IT companies, they're all set with remote working, remote team. They are also side by side saving their cost. Hmm. So there is a new term that is emerging that is called gig based work. Hmm. Freelancing is there, but gig based work means it's a specific task that somebody can complete, and they don't need to always come to the office. From anywhere through digital platform they can do this. So this is called gig based work. So many companies, they are preferring people who can do this kind of gig based work. So this can be one way out for uh, you people, young people, to start their entrepreneurship journey. Suppose you are strong in one subject, one skill, that may be C++, Java, Node.js, or like we can say there are plenty of other like React.js. So suppose you have good skill set in any of this programming language in your engineering time, and you can start with gig based work, and you have to build relationship with your customers. Suppose some company, they are giving you some gig based work. If you do it, perform it well, you can have a good relationship with them, and continuous flow of work you can get. Hmm. Now what you can do, like, another part is like online tutoring. We call it online teaching or coding jobs. That is another part, another way of doing digital entrepreneurship, earning money. Another is like you can start an e-commerce website, or we call it drop shipping or affiliate marketing. So that means you don't have a physical store, you don't need to have a physical store. You can tie up with Amazon, you can tie up with Flipkart, you can start with your own e-commerce store where the products would be delivered by those different sellers, different mediator companies. Even the shipping part would be taken care of by them. So you only need to promote. So this is called drop shipping, affiliate marketing, e-commerce marketing. That also you can start. Another one is like you can start with your own content creation, like YouTuber, food blogger. You can see a lot of people there right now. They are trying to, start blogging. They are trying to start YouTube channels, their own YouTube channels, recipes. Hmm. You can sometimes you can see there are certain channels of travel logs like Vlogger. There are certain channels that people are doing like you can see they're doing shooting some kind of pranks. Why they are doing? Because this will give them the fame. They will also get rewards from YouTube as a YouTube partner. There are certain rewards like silver award, silver play award, golden play award. So this is one part. Another part is from advertisement. From YouTube advertisement, you can also earn money. There are a lot of companies, a lot of startup entrepreneurs who are doing this kind of content creation through YouTube, through different websites. So this is another way out to earn money. You can also become an online author, translator, or voiceover artist. You can also go with online photography, images bazaar. You can see a lot of websites are there who are selling different, kind of images. So okay, sure. Now next is so image you can also sell online. The next one is like you can also sell designer merchandise. You can sell your own music. You can start digital marketing service, consulting service. If you are like, if you know how to promote things, promote products or services digitally, you can start your own digital consulting business. That is the service part. You can become a social media influencer. You can see many people, they have a good number of followers on Instagram, on social media. They charge for their tweet, their post on the social media. So these are called social media influencer. So you can create, you can build up your resume, your CV in that way. That is one part. Apart from that, you can also sell domains. You can lease websites. Suppose you are building a travel website, and on specific destinations you have made it popular so that when people are searching, suppose I want to visit travel to say Delhi, travel to say Uti. Now your website will come in Google search result in the top of the page. People will fill up the form, inquiry form. Now you will get the leads. Now these leads you can sell it to other actual travel agents, or you can give them the leads that okay, my website, our website, that is coming in the top of the search results, we get monthly say 100 leads, so you can take leads of this website, you can pay me on a monthly fees. So that is another kind of idea that you can start with. Or else you can come up with any kind of ideas with a new product, new application, new mobile app, and you can start your own venture. So these are kind of things that you can do through digital media without any major investment. So this is called digital entrepreneurship. Now, if I move to the next one, how to start, the prerequisite. Now here you can see, first is you have to focus on your strength. You need to do a SWOT analysis. So strength, weakness, opportunities, and threat, we call it. So you need to identify what is my strength. This is very, very, very important. Many of us, we don't even know that I have a good skill, I am powerful, I have a strength in this particular area. So you need to identify, you need to introspect. Somebody maybe he is very good, he or she is very good in communicating, in speaking, in arranging events, organizing events. So you need to find out what is actually your core strength. You note it down in pen and paper. You might be one, two, three, five kind of skills, and sequence in writing in sequence. This is your best skill. This is next one. This is next one, and these are your weakness. Suppose I don't know how to code in C++, and that is my weakness, but I know how to code in react.js, so that is my strong part, so I will write in that way. So this is very important when you try to start. The second one is you have to be analytical. Now, always as an entrepreneur mindset, we say you should be a problem solver, not a problem seeker. Suppose you say, I don't have time. I don't have time because I have a webinar. After this webinar, I have another webinar. Meanwhile, I have to suppose send a gist of what I am discussing to somebody else. Now, how to utilize my time? Now, if I say, see, I have back-to-back webinars, I cannot send it today. But how I can do it? One simple example I can share with you. You need to understand. You need to find out the way out, smart way out. Suppose if I tell you that okay, let's go with Google Drive, and let's, for example, if we start with a new document, and if I start a new document, so let's start with a new document, and so new Google document. So let me start with a new Google document. Now, what I can do, I can go to this tool section, and I can click on voice typing. And if I click on this microphone icon, and whatever I will say, it will automatically be typed by Google. So see, in a way, I am talking with all of you in this webinar, and side by side, this has been recorded in a written way by Google. So this is one kind of technique that we can use. Okay. Now I will move to the next one. Okay. Just a minute, 1 second. Okay. So the next part is, so that means we need to have a problem solving attitude rather than the problem seeking attitude. So we need to find out a different way out, that how we can solve a problem. Now next is, you have to keep a mindset that you must face some odds, some problems. But you have to learn that how I can embrace this and stay happy. Staying happy is very, very important. Now, if you are deciding that I need to start digital entrepreneurship, you should not feel like that, okay, I am doing it, I am dragging it. No. You should feel happy, so that it looks like it feels, it gives you the feel that, okay, I'm doing it out of my passion, out of my love. So I don't feel like tired. I don't feel getting bored. So this mental setup you should be very careful about, that if you are not getting that, then it is not your cup of tea. So you need to identify that. Next is self motivation. In digital entrepreneurship, we always say that self motivation is very, very important. Why? Because many cases you will face failure. In many cases you will see that, okay, you are totally, like, pushed back to the wall, and you have to again come back, you have to start from scratch. So many times external motivation may not work. You have to come up with your own zeal, so own enthu. So that self motivation is very, very important. Consistency is the key. Why? Because you have to check with the market, you have to check, you have to do continuously market research, and you have to come up with how additional value you can add to your product or to your service, how you can improvise that, how you can improve that. Now you need to take care of two things here. Now we say digital entrepreneurship, that means, okay, I am becoming my own boss. Most of the cases you people say that, okay, you become your own boss. But actually it is not the right word. Why? Because yes, there may be flexibility, that, okay, you, if you want that, you don't want to go to the office physically, or you can do something else side by side. You have more responsibilities at the time, as your own convenient time, you can do things. This is right. But there is another thing, that you must be answerable to all your customers, potential customers, your employees, your team members. So basically, quite responsible position. You are, if you are doing startup entrepreneurship, it does not mean that you do whatever you want. You would be like becoming your own boss. Partially correct, but you are answerable to many people, because many life would be dependent on you. You have to take care of their salaries, you have to take care of their day-to-day life, you have to take care of the deliverables that you have committed, you have promised with your customers. So you are answerable. So that ownership, that responsibility you should take. It's not like that, like we say, if you are doing a job, so you are with a limited scope of work, you are answerable to your reporting officer, you are answerable to the company. Similar way, if you are the boss, if you are the leader, you are answerable to others, your employees, your team members, your partners, your vendors. Hmm? So it's not like that, it's not that easy. So you have to be very responsible, and you should take the ownership. Now you should always have a helping attitude, and not always run after money, because entrepreneurship, it is a long journey. Now if you think short term, that, okay, in next 3 years I have to earn this much of money, if you are thinking in this perspective, entrepreneurship is not the right path. Because what happens here, it becomes like whatever you are getting from the society, you need to get back in some way. You have to contribute. Now, how to contribute? You can help people. Now, obviously, there should be a fine line to draw, that, okay, I can help them up to this point. After that, I can take my professional fees. Like if you ask me for some help, sir, digital entrepreneurship, I want to start with this. I have some ideas for funding, where I can go, what I need to do. I can give you guidelines, right? But if you repeatedly come up to me, say for next 3 months, 4 months, obviously I have some other priority work. I will clearly tell you that, okay, see, uh, I can help you up to this much, and then you should come up with a professional mentorship fees. So the clarity of thoughts and clarity of communication is very, very important here. And you have to learn to say no also. Whatever is not possible, you should clearly say no. There should not be any ambiguity. The communication approach, we always say the 4E formula to follow. Now, what is 4E formula? You should be energized, so that people can see that, okay, this person is energized. And whenever you speak, whenever you talk, other people, they feel motivated. Even in written communication also, this is required. Next is, you should always focus on execution. Now we say I have 100 ideas, but it is of no value. But if I execute at least one idea properly, dedicatedly, then it is obviously of value. So execution is very, very important, and empathetic. So we call be empathetic with others. So that means you should not hurt people sentiment. You should take care of your customers, your internal employees, and you should communicate in that way. So that is very, very important. You should always ready to upgrade yourself. Now, for example, even today, every day I learn in my subject. For my subject, I learn many things. I research with competitors, I see different other websites, I try to read what are the new upcoming trends, and I learn. Every day I learn. So this mentality you have to keep. And learning does not necessarily mean that you have to learn from your superiors or seniors. You can learn from juniors also, you can learn from students also. So even I take classes, I ask students, I get new ideas from them, and I learn from them. So this flexibility you should always keep. And another important thing is you should keep a contingency plan. That means if this fails, then obviously I have plan B or plan C or plan D. So this kind of contingency plan we need to take care of. Like for this COVID situation, many companies, those who are not yet prepared for the digital part, so they were, they felt like what we will do. So a confusion, fear was there in their mind. So that is why the contingency plan is very, very important. And another most important part is how you can you have a projection plan of 6 to 12 months. Hmm? How you can get revenue, how to keep your cash rolling, and how you will spend your money. So this blueprint is very, very crucial. For 6 to 12 months in advance you need to prepare this. So these are some prerequisites before we start digital entrepreneurship. Now we'll move to the next one. What are the skills needed? Now soft skill, these are very subjective, but yes, problem solving skill, team spirit, that yes, I will work with team, I will not do politics with others, I will not do leg pulling. So leadership skills, analytical skill, clear communication, the example I have given you, saying no or yes, or clear communication is very, very important here. Presentation skill, listening, writing, and speaking. Listening is very, very important here. You first listen, then you should respond, not react. In entrepreneurship, we always focus, do not react. Somebody has written something negative about you, and out of anger, you have reacted. You have written something bad. Don't do that. Respond. In everyday life, also, we always say, if you want to start digital entrepreneurship, if you want to start as a startup entrepreneur, you should be authoritative, you should be having your weight, but also you should be flexible enough. You should put out your ego, put aside your ego, and but you should draw a fine line. hmm, do fast execution, clear communication, keep a clear communication, positive mindset. So these are very, very important. And a competitive aggression, we call it competitive aggression, not jealousy. So you check with your competitor and you try to find out how I can improve, how I can compete with myself. Today I have done this work like this way, now next day how I can do it better. You should compete with yourself, and it should be in a consistent way, like doing physical exercise. That what we can do, like if we do for one day rigorously, the next 2 days you'll be like lying in bed in pain. But if you are, 1 minute, somebody is waiting in the, okay. So well, so that is important here, that we need to keep the consistency. Like if you are not doing exercise on a regular basis, you will not get the benefit. So similarly, you should do these activities on a regular basis. Time management or prioritization. These are very, very important. If you cannot prioritize your work at a time, it will, if you will feel overwhelmed with all the task list. So you need to prioritize that this is my priority number one, priority number two. This is very, very important, along with the time management. Now technical skill, what is required? If you are an engineer in your subject, it is fine. If you are a computer engineer, you should keep the latest technologies, upcoming technologies, you should learn that. But that is one part, that is one aspect, the technical knowledge. But if you are really uh, keen to start your own digital entrepreneurship, I will prefer, I will suggest that at least for 2 years you should work in any organization, in any company, so that you can get an idea. Now there are two words we say. One is called experience, another word we call it exposure. Now, what is exposure? Exposure means working on multiple areas so that you gain knowledge in different areas. That is very, very important. If you have good exposures, less experience, still many companies they prefer, and your learning would be fast. Hmm? Suppose as an entrepreneur, what we have done, I have to look into the technical part, I have to look into the operational part, I have to look into the taxation part, finance part. Now, being from a technical background, finance, taxation, like like these were really, I that time I felt scared about this subjects. But with time, with all this work, I have to jump in, I have to learn these things so that I can have a clear idea that okay, these things work this way. For this, I need to do this thing. So that is why it is required that you keep your hand dirty on different department like accounts, operation, process, project delivery, customer communication, strategic discussions. You should try. Even if you join a company proactively, you should jump into these areas. You should talk to your reporting officer, to the CEO, that give me this kind of assignments, let me try. So this mentality, proactive mentality, is very, very important, required here. And next, some technical skills like data analytics, digital marketing, artificial intelligence, augmented reality, virtual reality, gamification, AI chatbot, like Google Spreadsheet, Macro, Excel sheet. So video editing, animation, VFX, blockchain. These are some upcoming tools and technologies that you should upgrade yourself. Now, next, move to the next one. So few digital tools I have written here. I will share this PPT with uh, Professor Nagpal, and you can take it from her regarding this names of these tools. I will not take much time here reading this. You can see like Google Workplace, G Suite, Trello, CC Avenue, Zoom Meeting, HubSpot CRM, WhatsApp for Business, Basecamp, project management tool, AI-based content automation tool like Articulo, G-Translate, Grammarly. So there are a lot of tools available in internet where you can do your work easily with less time. So tools will obviously help you to get your work done in less effort, less time. But for digital entrepreneurship, the manual work, the strategy part, the creative part, the analytical part, that is very, very important. Now, next, we will move to the next one. Like, what is the initial investment if you want to start the digital entrepreneurship? Now, see, if you want to start, if you want to promote yourself, promote your business, promote your product or service, now easily you can start with a website. That website and the web hosting, that will cost you yearly approximately 5,000, 6,000 rupees. And even you can hire some freelancers for content writing. That will, monthly you can invest say 1,000 to 3,000 rupees. So this is your initial investment you can start with. And you can create your own website. Even you can create your beautiful LinkedIn profile. And then if you know digital marketing, you can start promoting. Now, suppose if you are expert in React.js, if you are expert in some programming languages, you can start your own consulting business. There are a lot of sites like Fiverr.com, Fiverr, Fiverr.com, Guru.com, Freelance.com, Odesk.com. There are a lot of platforms where you can start your own consulting business. Even you can start your own website, your own LinkedIn profile. You can tie up with different companies, send them force mailers that okay, this is my expertise, this is my CV, I have done this is previous work. I want to do big based work with you, so they can try it with you. If you perform well, you can, like this way, you can connect with different other companies. You can get more and more references, so you can easily start a service based business. Initially you might get less amount of money, but gradually if you perform well, you can get good money, you can earn. Hmm. So this is the initial investment, very less. Hmm. Now if we move to the next one, so product or service, which one we have to start with? Now I will always say that both have pros and cons. Now If I start a product based company, now there are few things required. Number one, my idea. What is this product? Is it really solving the present problem, present pain that customers are feeling? You have to do a proper market research. Now you cannot do in a way that you are creating problem and then you are solving the problem by your product. It will not, actually work. So you need to try to find out that what are the existing problems people are facing, the pain, the problem they are facing, how you can solve their problem by offering a product. For that you need market research, and then you need to create, we call it MVP, minimal viable product. You need to spend some money with some companies, agencies, those who do programming, this kind of build this kind of software products. So you should go with that, and then you cannot invest money by yourself if you are going with a product company. So you should obviously contact the seed investors or angel investors or venture capitalists. We call it VC. So seed, angel, then VC. So this kind of investors, you can pitch your ideas. If they like, obviously they will invest. Now, investing part, obviously, if you go with the product, there might be a requirement of investment, getting investment. Now, this is one part. Now, if you want to start with service, the investment is very, very less, risk is less, and obviously, if the risk is less, the gain will also be a little bit less. Suppose if you are starting with the product curve can go with like this. You are starting like this, then it will go like direct step. Hmm? But with service, it can go like smooth curve like this way with time. Hmm? So if you want to see growth, huge growth at a short span of time, service may not give you that kind of result. Service would be less risky, and the gain you will slowly you will grow. Hmm? And investors, that is why they are mostly prone to invest in product companies. Hmm? Now my question is, you can ask, sir, what is good, product or service? Now I will say, if you are starting from ground zero, scratch, you don't have any business background, you don't have that much network with any kind of those kind of people who are associated with this startup incubation, all this stuff, you can easily start with service. Hmm? And you can grow within 3 to 4 years. You can grow. The first 3 years is very, very critical, crucial. If you cross first 3 years, you can easily further think about scaling up and growing. Now I'm coming to the another part, service. In service also you can do, we call it productization of service. Now what is productization of service? Suppose the way we train people, like I am associated with different other institutes, even I get call from say AICT, faculty development program, IIM Rohtak, IIM Shillong. So what is productization? Like the way I'm giving you the training, thus I'm taking a session. Now, if you can put it in a recorded version and digital library of your college, and next time onwards, you can create some VIP section that, okay, you want to access our digital library, you can become our member. This is our membership fees, yearly membership fees, and this digital library people can use. So they can, so this is called productization of service. So I'm taking session, the same session can be recorded, and the audio file can be extracted as podcast, and a digital library can be formed, and people, we can sell it, resell it with a membership thing. So this is again an entrepreneurship idea. So productization of the service. So I'm giving, basically this is a service, taking classes, giving sessions. So these are all kind of service. Giving consultation. But if we can do it in a product model, so it would, we call productization of service. So this is also important here. Now I will go to the next one. How to get your first customer. So see, you have to promote your company, your product, your service through website, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn. Hmm? You can keep a freemium model so that people can try and test. Freemium model means, say for 30 days you can use it for free. The same way like Geo is coming up, the same way Vodafone, they have come up with Netflix 1 year subscription free. So these are called lead magnet or freemium model. So in this way you can give people, so that you can earn the credibility, so people can use for free. If they like, you ask them review. We call it digital first concept. Now if you are starting an entrepreneurship, you should have a digital first mind. Now what is digital first mind? Suppose if you like my class, if you like my session, I would ask you, okay, You verbally say, okay, sir, it's a good session. I learned a lot from you. Now I will ask you, please review me on Google. This is the link. Please, whatever you are saying, just drop a one line there. So this is called digital first, so that I can get your review and it would be visible on Google, say for a longer period of time. So if next year, next 2 years, people are coming up, they can view it. They can see that, okay, this person, he has given him the review. So this kind of things you need to execute properly. With LinkedIn, you have to build up your network. Like I'm giving you one example how I built my network on LinkedIn. Like I started with some influential person whom I have already contacted. I have a contact. Now I see his or her friend list, and then I send them customized message mailer that, okay, I have seen your profile, I have read your profile from this person profile, and I want to connect with you. And then I keep relationship building. So focus on one influential people and then see what his or her friend list is and then add them. So in that way, you need to build your network both on Facebook, on LinkedIn. You can join various organizations like NASCOM, TIE India, Public Relations Council of India, Public Relations Society of India. There are a lot of like CII, then Indian Angel Network. There are a lot of platforms where they are helping startups, entrepreneurs. So you can join these organizations. You can become a student member of these organizations. Also, you have to keep the patience, and obviously you have to try hard to get your first customer. Once you get your first customer, try to give them the better value. We call it customer journey management. So you have to understand your customer's pain point, you give them better experience, and keep a proper journey, smooth journey for them. We call it CJM, CX and CJM. You maintain that, and obviously you get referral, word of mouth from them. It will take initially some time, but once you are stable with that, you will get more and more client. So these are some tips for getting your first customer in the digital way. Now we'll move to the next one, like how to sustain. So for that, you need to make your customer happy. This is the first thing, first and foremost thing. You have to make your customers happy. Now you need to think about different ways how you can keep your customers happy by adding value, day-to-day value, giving good service, good products, keeping good relationship, wishing them on birthdays, on wedding anniversaries, keeping them, asking them hi, hello, how they are doing, about their health, help them. Mm. So that is the most important thing to sustain, and do something good for people and not always run after money. If you are very money minded, you cannot be entrepreneur. You can be a businessman, but entrepreneurship is something different, that you need to contribute to the society. So there would be two roles. You are earning revenue. Part of revenue is again, it is utilized for the benefit of your employees, for benefit of your team members, and the part of these things will also, you will contribute into the society. So this is called entrepreneurship. Otherwise it's like a, you can say, only focusing on the business. So there are certain few business people are there. So traditional business people, few people you will also find, but this is actually the audience, the market. They are actually right now, they are more keen to see entrepreneurs. Like Ratan Tata, he is a really genuine entrepreneur. Till date, he is doing a lot of activities. He is, communicating with audiences. So this kind of examples we can take. Hmm. Now we will move to the next one, legal and other aspects. So private limited company, LLP, limited liability partnership, one person company, OPC, sole proprietorship. So what you can start. Now, if I say you can start with sole proprietorship, now for the benefit of investment or other things, I would always prefer that you should start with a private limited company. But you should remember that with private limited company, there are certain compliances, government compliances that you need to follow. So some regulations are there. But if you think that that would be headache for you initially, you can start with any entity, and then you can convert it. That would not be a problem. But investors, they prefer basically LLP or private limited company to invest. You should always focus on intellectual property work. Like if you have a logo, if you have a specific word you have coined, you should always go with the trademark or word mark. Even if you are coming up with something, a new code, something new, you can also apply for the patent. This will give you the good brand value for your company in long run. Accounting and tax is very, very important. From the very first day, you need to check with your BLPL and the cash flow part. And if you are going with private limited company, you are going with OPC, you have to check with GST and all this taxation part, ESI, provident fund, professional tax, TDS. So you should always keep a contact with a freelance CA or any kind of accounting people. So this is very, very important. Most of the cases, mistakes that startup owners do, they don't focus on this part, the cash flow part and the BLPL part. Now, cash flow, there are certain things on pen and paper, there might be a cash flow, but actually it's a negative cash flow. That means you will get money, but again 3 months, after 3 months. So how you can run month to month company, month to month your expenditures. So the positive cash flow is very, very important. You need to understand these terms. That how the simple equation is like, if I get 1 lakh rupees and I spend 50,000 rupees. Now my net profit is 50,000 rupees. This 50,000 rupees I will spend this, and for next month I will keep a backup of say 20,000 rupees. So this is the simple equation. On every month you have to go in that way. You have to keep a plan, that positive cash flow, how I can keep for next 12 months as a contingency plan. This is very, very important. And copyright, privacy policy, there are certain child protection policy, GDPR on different countries. So if you're targeting in that way, you should keep focus about this legal policies. You don't need to have an office right at this moment, because in digital space you can also work with co-working space, virtual office, rented office, digital office. So you can save your cost in that. And you can also hire remote team. You can do white level marketing, you can go with outsourced team. So these things you need to take care of. Now, how to scale up? 5 questions you have to ask yourself, honestly. First, you need to think, is my business really scalable? What is my core expertise? Hmm? Can I automate everything? Whatever process I am doing, can I automate? Hmm? So that I get more and more time for thinking, innovation. Hmm? Can your business work without you? Now, this is very, very important mindset. As a digital entrepreneurship, you should take care of that. If you are not there, your business, your company, your entity should run. So you need to think in that way. So this question you have to ask. And don't go overboard in hiring. Keep a lean structure, flat hierarchy. There should not be like, okay, this is the boss A, then under that boss B. Boss B will only see this part of work, operation. Not like that. It should be a multitasking all-rounder team. I will come to my story in 5 minutes. Now, what if I fail? So we call it a soft landing approach. You should have some plans so that your landing would be soft. Just giving you one example, what happened in my time in 2007, 2008, around 2008, I decided that okay, let's start of my own. So what happened, and I did not share it with my boss that time. And in 2009, early 2009, I directly left the job with a huge salary, good salary that time. I left the job. Everyone in my family, they were a bit scared what this guy has done. He was in a managerial post, suddenly he left it. Now that was one mistake I have done, because what happened? 3 months I went very well. It all went well because I have some good relationship with some foreign clients, because I worked with those people in my as a marketing manager. I worked in previous companies, so they have a relationship with me. And they motivated me. Okay, you can start. We will be there with you. So they were with me, but suddenly sometimes what happened that after 3 4 months, some problems came up, and like I was my back was on the wall. So that time getting a job for me was very difficult, because I was not getting a job, and it was a crisis time for me. Next time what happened, I got a job. On the day of my appointment, I have gone there, and the HR came with a gloomy face and said, okay, our CEO and their team, they want to discuss with you on con call from Singapore. Now, what I have listened, that I need to have a pink slip on the day of joining with my appointment letter. Why? Because they are feeling bit scared that they have come to know that I have some mentality to set up of my own. So I would not stick with their company. So I clearly communicate with them with a smile that okay, I accepted it, fine. But I have told them that okay, we will definitely meet soon. So that was one of my challenge with myself, that okay, let's see. So I will not take any name here, but again, in a get together, corporate get together, in an award ceremony, we again met together, we have a cup of coffee, we discussed. But that was my satisfaction, that that time I was rejected from their company. Now I am sitting with them in the same chair table and sharing cup of coffee. So that is one kind of, you can say, the self satisfaction or achievement a person can do. So now here what happened, I have not shouted or reacted with them that okay, why you are doing this. Even I have not shown my desperation. I have clearly communicated, okay, see, whatever I am getting from you, I would be loyal to that. Apart from that, yes, I have a passion to start off my own, but that I will focus additionally. So there would not be any clash. But they did not, somehow they might feel something different that time, but it's okay, I accepted it. This is one example here. So you should clearly communicate. That's a soft landing. Now what happened, next time when I went for an interview in another company, I clearly communicated with the reporting officer, with the boss, with the CEO, that see, this is my plan and this happened with me. Now I have this plan again. I would start my of my own, so nobody can restrict me. So what is yours? Take. But if I join you, I can help you in this area. Now he agreed. He said, okay, I liked your approach. So I will take you with this much of money, and you do your secondary task. What is your priority? If you want to start your own, you do that. I will help you. So see the connection. So if you see that one way is blocked, another way is already open. But your communication, your intention, it should be very, very clear. So that is one example I want to. So this is called soft landing approach. So I already created this platform. I got help from him in my journey, and then I started full fledged. So I don't have a like of fear or kind of palpitation that okay, again this might happen or that might happen. But that time obviously I have a already mindset in that phase. But yes, after that also I had to struggle. But clear communication, clear approach will give you the right platform, the right connections. Intention, your intention should be good. Now coming to the next example here, another example, I got a job in Infosys after my engineering. I was very happy that time as a fresh engineer. Uh, but what happened? I got a letter from them that my uh, service and my training with them would be on hold for indefinite time until I get another email from them. So that was a very sad part in my career that time. Like Infosys, Mysore, that time they were giving training, and I got a mail from them, and I was on hold. Now the reason later from one of the interviewer I got, there was a panel of interviewer around 5 or 6 people were there, but I was rejected, not rejected because I was on a hold because of the reason that my spoken English, my communication was not that good that time. Now it was true. Why? Because I was from a completely from a Bengali medium's school from Ramakrishna Mission, and it was not like a convent school, and I was not fluent in speaking English because I'm from a pure regional background in a service middle level background student. Yes, my academic background was quite good. My result very good in 10 in 10 plus 2, even in engineering also. But yes, my communication, English communication was weak that time. But what I have taken in a challenging way, in a positive aspect, that Infosys companies, many of the people they are from Karnataka that time, some people they were from Chennai, so obviously they could not understand Bengali. So if I want to join a global company, so I should know that a common platform to express myself, right? So it is my problem that I should obviously focus to express myself properly. It's not like that I need to be fluent in English, but I should express that. So what I have done that time, I started downloading a software that is called Talkit. I'm just giving one example of myself. The Talkit software I have downloaded, and I started writing short sentences, listening to the pronunciation, and then trying that with myself. And then I started forming a group and clearly said them, okay, I need to you need to help me. I need to talk to you at least for 5-10 minutes in English. You need to answer me in English. So my friends, they also helped me because I directly asked help from them, not other kind of help, this kind of help. But okay, if I speak in English, you try to answer me in English. And gradually I've improved a lot. So this kind of mentality and embracing the failures, and then do not, feeling that okay, everything is finished. Not like that. You have to come up in a positive note. And if your intention, if you from your heart, if you want that, I can do this, you can do this. Nobody can restrict you. This I can, I can write it with 200% guarantee that if you feel that I can do it, you can do it. Nobody can restrict you. So success mantras here, few of the success mantras I have written here. Like you should have at least one solid skill that you are better than others. Only one skill you should, master it in a way that you are the best than others. Only one skill you need. So this, you focus on that. You need to understand the market, you need to understand the pain points, do not create problems, solve the problems. Prioritizing is very, very important. Cash flow, the strategy part is important. Do not over push. Do not compromise with your health. That is another example I want to share here, because I tried, I mean, huge pressure was there. Lifelong work would be there. You have to prioritize, you can't compromise with your health. So that is very, very important. You should take care of your health, you should take care of your family also. Moments you cannot get back, work would always be there. So you should also balance your professional and personal life. That is also important, so that you can be happy. So happiness counts. If you are happy, you can do whatever you want. Help people. Don't keep a bossy attitude, always stay ground to earth. Task delegation is very, very important. You distribute tasks, get them done by others. So that is also another important area. If you scold them, you have to do it, no, nobody will do it. You can do it in a different way, in a collaborative way. So this is important. You have to think about in cost reduction, increase productivity, bring automation, keep lean structure of your startup. Consistency, patience, these are all important. Centralization of power, decentralization of power, this is also important. Some part you need to centralize it, some part you have to decentralize it. So one small achievement, small step every day is very, very important. So these are the things that you should do. Rest I will keep it to all of you. If you have any question, you can ask me. If you want to know any kind of guidance from me, you can ask me. I will try to help it out. Thank you, all of you. And I need to give you the host access. How to do that? Let me check.
Yes, sir.
Can you tell me from where I can give you share the host access? Whom I have to share the host access?
It is for PSC.
Okay. Make host. Fine.
They're done, sir.
Yeah, we are done with the session, and we can accept question answer.
So students are allowed to post few of the questions if you are interested. For time being, few questions that I want to post based from the students' recommendations are,
Sure, sure.
every journey has its own story. Like you said, us few of the pit holes that you had fallen when you were trying to reconnect.
Mhm.
I just want to know
Like
your
I have
own
told
journey
you that the
of,
time of, yeah,
yes,
at the time of starting my career, the
yes.
first time that I got a job in Infosys, so I was on hold. So that is one of the biggest failure in my life because of the communication skill. So I have already given that how I have achieved. So I downloaded a Talkit software. I tried to do that. So I will share some more example here. Just a minute. Give me a minute.
Yes.
Am I audible?
Yeah, you are.
I think my system got hang. 1 minute. Yeah, that. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, fine.
You're audible.
Okay. So that is one failure that I overcome. Second one, like after I start working, and then suddenly I left my job and to start up my own business. So that time I faced again difficulty within 3 months, that I had to join some company that time. But again, the failure, like the day of joining, I got a pink slip. So that is the failure part. And the success part is again when I communicated properly in the with the next company, that yes, this is my plan, this is my dream, and I have got this kind of response from other companies. So what is your take? But as an employee, if I join, as a manager, if I join, I can deliver this to you. And I was very specific. I call it smart approach. Smart approach means specific, measurable, achievable, related, relevant, and time bound. So I told them that, see, in next 6 months I can save your cost around 10%, and I can increase your production efficiency around again 10%, and I can increase your revenue around 20%. So they asked how. I given them the plan, and they accepted. And then I said, okay, my condition is like that. This is my dream, so that is additionally I will do, so kindly accept that. I want to share it clearly. So they accepted it. They said, okay, even we can help you out if you want to start your own. But yes, whatever you have committed, stick to that. So it was a good, kind of combination that time. So we worked together, and the person he also helped me. Even we have a like good relation till date. So that is another
Uh,
part.
I want to add on a thing on this.
Mhm,
The research part that I'm doing is on corporate entrepreneurship. That's
mhm,
what you did there. Okay,
mhm,
you said them that instead of the mundane task that I'm doing day on day, I would like
mhm,
him to bring in a new venture
mhm,
wherein I can, being an employee of your organization,
mhm.
can become an corporate entrepreneur too. So that's the budding area these days. I think many of the employers also are looking on that aspects, where they just don't
Exactly.
want the work that the machine learning and the artificial intelligence can do. They want real corporate entrepreneurs who can just think out of the box and give them away. So that's what you did. And I want to know one more question. What were the
Mhm,
barriers that you faced when you were
mhm.
building your own seven boats
Right,
organization?
I'm telling you, the barriers first, most important area, the barriers that even the new generation entrepreneurs, they might not feel that it is a difficult area. That is the team building part. The biggest challenge is the team building. Now, what will happen initially if you start? Within 1 year, you can keep working yourself, and maybe you can have a helping hand or a friend, even or a relative. Hmm? But when you will get more and more work, people will like your work. Now you need to delegate the task. Now that is the challenging part. You need to maintain the quality because people know about you, your name, your work. Now, if you bring another person,
Yes.
so automatically it will come under the entity. Now he or she is not able to do that, then the blame will be coming to the entity. So that is very important to build the team. So initially, at least for 3 to 4 years, even now also, today also, my major important area is team building. Because what happens, because I need to align my people with the vision of the company. And vision of the company is not only like vision of an object. It's a vision of a person, real person behind it. So how I have started, what is my mentality, how I am grounded to the earth, and what are the value and ethics that I follow. So they need to in sync with that. Sometimes what happen, we have even in my cases, many people, many students, if they come that okay, I have a very poor financial background, but I want to learn these things, sometimes we help them with a formal official letter. We need to we ask them to send us in email, and then we help them. Now suppose what happened if I recruit somebody from say other agency with not in sync with our vision, sometimes they may ask, okay, we cannot do this kind of things in free because it will take our bandwidth and resources. So this team building is one of the biggest challenge that every day, every month, entrepreneurs they have to face. Second one is the barrier, you can say the problem part is the finance part. Why? Because like I was from technical background, so my core focus was completely into the engineering part, into the technology part. I look after into the website part, all this digital technology part. Now what happened if somebody asked me, okay, you have to return this GST and this is the compliance, you have to do this every month on 6th. Now I felt like confused. What is this, all these elements? and they will show me the BL, PL, all this stuff. Now, this is important because at the end of the day, after 2 3 years, I understood that these are very very important, because you have to keep a check that what is the actual positive cash flow. That means we call it customer lifetime value and cost per acquisition, and revenue from retention. So these are few parameters, financial terms, that you need to take care of, because you need to understand, if I'm getting, suppose a customer who is paying me say 1 lakh rupees, but only for 2 months or 3 months, and putting huge pressure on me, on my team. So basically, I am getting 3 lakh rupees in 3 months. It's a short term thing. Now, suppose if a client is giving me 25,000 rupees, or say 10,000 rupees per month, but I can understand this person, the mentality, this person can stick to me for next 3 years or 4 years, then I have to prioritize that. Okay, I have to give this kind of facilities. So sometimes what happen in service industry, sometimes the companies work in a way on an ad hoc basis. Customers, they are pushing over the phone, and then do this. Some customers, they are not that type of following up. So sometimes what happened, the companies, their staff, they fully focus into those companies, they call and follow up with them, and they sometimes like a bit reluctant with other other companies. So in that case, it is very important to understand that what is the lifetime value of the customer. So those who are paying you 10,000 rupees per month and sticking with you for 3 years or 4 years, they are actually your valuable client. So that is one important area you have to understand. Second one is the cost per acquisition is a very important parameter. So if I need to get one new client, so what is my marketing cost, what is my employee salary, and we need to come into a unit price, that okay, I to acquire a new customer, I have to spend say 5,000 rupees. Now if I get a project from the new customer of 3,000 rupees, and it will not give me that value. So this kind of equations you need to be very careful about in mathematical aspect. And another thing is important, that is your cash flow reserve. We call it positive cash flow reserve, at least for 6 months to 12 months. Now what may happen in initial cases for a company, like 1 month you can do very well, you can get above expected result, and the next month there might not be a single sale. So but you cannot do in a way like it's like a family. You cannot stop salary or payments with your employees, so you cannot do that. So in that aspect, you need to keep a clear goal and strategy, that okay, this is my plan A, plan B, plan C. I have to go with say 6 months or 12 months direction. And if this fails, like for us, we have two verticals. One is the service or project section, we give solution, and second one is the training part. Now we have different teams, we have different strategies for both sections. Now what happened, sometimes my training part may go down. Sometimes like that time we have to think about that how project team can compensate this area. So similarly, you have to come up with different verticals. Now there are certain we call it formula, like one you can go with a horizontal segments, and another one you can go with a vertical segment. Now horizontal segment means, like for e-commerce segments, we can start with grocery, we can start with apparels, we can start with consumer electronics. So these are all horizontal segments. Now you can start with a vertical portal that can be only with say for apparels, and apparels in women apparel, and then you can go deep but in many kind of women apparels that is not available on Amazon or Flipkart on single platform. So this kind of this type of strategic aspects you need to think about, how we can alternate strategy we can build up. So
Okay,
these
the
are some examples,
Yeah.
some barriers.
So the final question I would like to ask you is, what is a
Mhm.
piece of advice you would like to give our college graduates who want to become entrepreneurs, the future
I
entrepreneurs?
will one piece of advice I will say: learn, burn, and earn. This is my one single sentence, because first you need to learn, then you need to burn, then only you can earn. But most of the graduates, they think in a different way. They think about earn, burn, and then learn. So it should be reversed. Why I'm saying? Because see, first we need to understand our own ability. You need to understand in a way that why a company will hire you. The first thing, if you ask me, as an entrepreneur, because I have also worked in various companies, and as an employee I have also worked, and as an entrepreneur right now I am also recruiting people. So companies, they always try to get people who can contribute to their growth. So you need to think in that aspect, that okay, I need to give them some contribution, so why would they hire me, why would they pay me this amount of money? So that you need to prove. So if you think in a like dreamy stage, that okay, I am getting out of PES college, I'm getting out of IIT, I should get a package of 12 lakh rupees. Why you'd get that package? Even I am students, I also take session, I give them this kind of advice, that don't run after money in the very initial days, because things are getting changed, time will change. So you should be able to contribute. First you should learn, then only you have to burn means you have to help, you have to contribute, then only you can earn. So you have to build your own reputation, own credibility, and that is not possible in one day. With college graduation, with college education, if you think that with the help of this college I will get this much of money, it is that day is gone. So you should be optimistic about it. You're learning, and go ahead with it. You have two hands, two legs. I know people in our line with cerebral palsy from birth. So they are doing excellent things, they are running companies with lot of kind of things they have listened. So if these people they can do, you can see Blade Runners, if they can do, so you have everything by God's grace. So why can't you do this?
Thanks a lot, sir. So as all things come to an end, so is today's webinar. On behalf of PS College of Engineering, Mandya, I would like to take the opportunity to propose the vote of thanks. At the outset, I would like to thank our resource person, Mr. Banerjee. It was a really enlightening session, sir. You took us
Thank you.
all the way from the real to the real life of entrepreneurship. I would also like to thank our Honorable President, Shri Vijay Anand, for his motivation. I would like to thank our principal, Dr. H.V. Ravindra, for his enthusiastic support. I would like to thank President IIC, Dr. Vinay, our faculty coordinator, Mr. Ullas, our student coordinator members for their unflinching support and coordination. Our heartfelt thanks to the audience students for active participation. With these warm words, I would like to close the webinar. Thanks a lot, sir.
Thank you.
Thanks
Thank
a
you.
lot.
And in any
Yes,
case, if any of the students they are interested to start with their own, so anytime they can get back to me, and
definitely.
I can definitely help them out.
Definitely, you can
And
share our
if any
your
of
PPTs, sir,
yeah, sure, I will share it
and
with
we
you.
can just forward
And
it to the students.
sure,
And
sure,
in
yes,
case they need any help, definitely they would get back to you.
sure, sure. And another thing I want to share here, if any
Yes,
of the students they are interested to do kind of internship or to develop
yes,
something, so they can anytime get back to me. Okay. So I
definitely.
can
So,
guide
what
them.
kind
I
of
can guide them. Internship is
internship
kind of
are you providing?
suppose in digital, as a digital agency we might need some reporting software. So if they can develop this kind of reporting software, we can guide them
Sure.
that these are the input fields and we need the output in that way. So like a 1 month or 2 months internship they can do, and
Yes,
they will get the kind of remuneration or reward from us.
yes,
And if that they're interested, they
sure,
can come back to us. Even they can
sure,
come
sir.
up with studying our website and what kind of solution they can give. If they have idea, they can come up, so that would not be a problem.
Sure,
Okay.
sir. This would
Okay.
be communicated to all the students,
Yeah,
I
I will
believe.
communicate through email also. The email I will
Yes,
share this
please, sir.
PPT with you. I will also
Yes,
mention that. Okay.
and it would be forwarded across.
Okay. Sure. Thank
Thanks
you.
a lot, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah, sir.
Thank you.